If you are new to the channel, then subscribe the channel and press the bell icon for further notification. Okay student, welcome you all to this new lecture in intermediate level where we are building concepts on functions. So today we will see composite function in a little depth, and then we will go to inverse of a function and how to find the inverse of a function. Okay, then let's see this. Okay, what is the composition of function or composite function? We have already seen some hint of this one in basic level. We will now learn it in little depth. So suppose if f is a function from x to y and g is a function from y to z. Two different functions, one is f from here to here, one is g from here to here. And let x is any variable, any point which is within this set x, capital X. The image of x under this f is f of x, which is denoted by f. Suppose this fx also lies in this y. Since fx is in this y, then we can find the image of this point under this function g. So image of fx under this function g is g of f of x. So that is given. We can find the z of fx under g. We can find a z which is under g of the image of this one, and such image is known as g of f of x, which is the z inside this one. The function x into the z, x into z, because ultimately x is going to fx, then it is going to z. So it is denoted by a new function hx, which is g of f of x. So you can directly send it from here to here also. The meaning is same. It's called the composition function of g of f, g and f, which is denoted by GOF. So g of f of x, first you do f of x, then you do g. So that means you can say there is a function which directly translates from here to here, which is GOF. So similarly you can think of fog also. The composite functions of the composition GOF is defined only if the image of f is a subset of domain of g. Because g will be eating what f is giving as output. So the output of f should be the domain of g. This output should be something like that g can eat it. G can take this food. It should be the foodable items or eatable items of g. Whatever output f is giving. Then only g can take this one and he can shift it to it or lift it to z. So that is saying here the range of f should be a subset of g so that g can eat f. So g of f of x. The range of g, similarly g is a subset of f, that means f can eat g, so it is f of g of x. F are eating g because the output of g should be eatable item of f should be able to eat it. If both f and g are bijective, then fog and GOF are also bijective. Bijective means this is 1-1 connection and on to nothing is left, so obviously this will be also 1-1, this is also given 1-1, nothing is left. So from here to here it will be also 1-1 because 1 will be connected with 1, again this is connected with 1, so ultimately this is connected with only 1. Nothing is left here, so nothing will be left from this entire function also. So that's why it is known as bijective function if these two are also bijective. GOF may be defined but fog may not be defined. You have seen it can be defined, it cannot be defined. We have seen one example in basic level. Similarly, fog may be defined, GOF cannot be defined. If both defined, then it is not necessary that they can be equal. That is also we have seen in basic level. They should not be equal. Composite mapping is not commutative. That means it is not fog and GOF, you cannot change this position. Now let's understand what is inverse of function. Suppose if it is x, it is y. If you are going from x to y using this transformation f, then suppose it is 1-1 and onto, that is bijective. Why it is bijective, you will know it now. Now one can come from this to this side also. That is known as inverse function. Just changing the positions. Now here it is x, it is y. It is just, you can think of it is changing. So from here you are sending item here. So that is known as f inverse. So it will be function if again because you are starting from here, so you cannot start in two boats. You cannot keep your foot in two boats. You cannot be Christian also, you cannot be Hinduism also. So that means two output cannot be possible. That's why it is 1-1. Why it is not? Many one is a function from here to here, but if you come from here to here, then from 1 you are giving in two different. So suppose it is many one. So it is not possible. Because from here then it will not be a function, because from here two outputs are there. One will be becoming Hinduism, one is becoming Christian. So it is not possible. So that's why it is 1-1 and on to y, because if it is a function you are moving from here, nothing should be left here. So if it is a into, then something will be left here. So it should be 1-1 and on to. That's why it is bijective function. That's why it is important to have a inverse. The function should be bijective. Then you can, then from this side also whatever you are seeing, from this side also whatever you are seeing, both are similar. So from if this side it is function, from this side also it will be function. So that's why it is possible if it is a bijective. Then one can think of a inverse mapping if it is bijective. That is x will be the image of y. The function f inverse is called the inverse of the function f. The domain of f inverse, now Ho will be domain because you are starting from here, you are coming here. So therefore domain of this one is this one and range is this one, because you are coming from this side, you are going this side. Just you have changed the positions of x and y, you can think it of this way. So domain becomes y now and range becomes x of inverse. So this is also one way we can find inverse. In some questions you will say to find the range of original f, what we find the domain of f inverse, because domain finding is easy to find range. To find the, someone is asking you to find the range of f, so what you do, you find the domain of f inverse, which is same, provided that should be bijective. The inverse of a function is defined only if it is bijective. Inverse of a bijective function is unique and it itself a bijective, because this is bijective, from this side also it should be bijective. So if f inverse of an f is x to y, then f inverse of f you are sending it from here. So if you take again f inverse, it will again sending back to here. So f inverse f of x will be simply x, because f of x is coming here. Then if you take again f inverse, so it will come back to here, which is known as identity function. We have studied what is identity function. X, whatever the x is equal to x, that is known as identity function. Similarly, f of inverse, first you take inverse, then you take f, so again it will come to y. First you take inverse, it will come here, then if you take again f, it will come to y. So which is identity function on y. So f and g are two bijective functions. Then f inverse, g inverse are their respective inverse. If you get, then it can be verified. I am not showing here. Gof of inverse is f inverse or g of inverse. By using this drawing also you can see. This type of drawing you can see what is Gof inverse. You can see here Gof inverse. Gof inverse means you have to come here. So f inverse will take of g inverse. First you take g inverse, then f inverse. So f inverse will eat g inverse. So f inverse will eat g inverse. You can see it is easy. So one thing to notice, that the inverse is just changing the position of x and y. One funny example, suppose this is a function y equal to x square. So fx equal to x square. So what should be the inverse? If you go from this, suppose 2 is becoming 4 here. So if you want to go return to 2, so it is root 4. Generally root we take always positive. So the function if inverse is nothing but root x. Whatever root y, or generally we write it function in terms of x only, so root x. So you change the position of x and y. So it will be x equal to y square. So y equal to root x. So this is the inverse. Suppose this is my x, so it will be root x. So f inverse x is root x. Fx is this one, so its inverse is root x. So if you are squaring it, so inverse will be root. So you can understand it. So that means by changing the positions of x and y, we can find algebraically what is inverse of a function. So it is easy now how to find. Now what happens in graphs? If I change the coordinate of x and y, suppose this is a line y equal to x line, we remember this line, and suppose this is a point 2, 1. If you change it to 1, 2, the point will be here and it will be symmetrical to here. Whatever the distance here, the same distance will be here. So it is the image of 2, 1 on y equal to x. So the image of this point is p dash. So it becomes 1, 2. So if you change x and y, it actually nothing but it takes the image on the line y equal to x. Because here y equal to x and in this line yx. What happens in this line? Y is less than x. Because your height will be less, your base will be more. You can see 2, 1, 2, 2, 4, 3, everything will be here. Because 4, 4 will be on this line, 1, 1, 2, 2. So 2, 2 is here, so 2, 1 is here. So 3, 3 is here, so 3, 2, 3, 1. So everywhere y will be less than x. And here y is greater than x, because you can see it is 1, 2, because it is more than, height is more than your base. So if you take image, then x and y changes its position on the line y equal to x. So y equal to x just divides it. Below it, whatever it is, if you take image of that one on this line, x and y will change. So it gives me a very interesting idea. So if I have an image, I can take its inverse. If I have a function in a graphical format, so what will be the inverse graph of the inverse function? You take image on the line y equal to x. That will give you the inverse. So it gives you a very interesting thing. Suppose whatever we are telling you, y equal to x square was something like this. If I take only this side, y equal to x square, because it should be bijective and 1, 1. So root x, so you cannot put x equal to negative here. You can see, so only for positive one it will be 1, 1. Y equal to x square, here domain can be any r, but if it is any r, then it is many one function. If I take the entire r for x square function, so it can be plus 5 also 25, minus 5 also 25. So from here if you want to go back, so it cannot be possible because it is many one now. So that's why I am removing this one. Here I am only putting r plus. So that's why I have not drawn here. So the graph I have drawn only half portion. So I have changed the domain, I have modified the domain of this function, only positive values I have given, so that it becomes 1 1, so that I can take inverse. So if you take this is 1 1 function, this is your y equal to x square, so this is your y equal to x line. You take image of this curve on this line. If you take image, what will be of image of this one? This one. What will be image of this one? This one. So it becomes a graph of y equal to root x. So it's easy. If you know one, then you can find the graph of inverse one. Now you can see one more interesting thing. We will also study it in inverse trigonometry. Sin x, inverse of sin x, we will draw it using this image on y equal to x line. Suppose y equal to e to the power x. This was exponential function. Now we change the position x and y. So x equal to e to the power y. So if you take log x equal to y, so y equal to log x. That means inverse of e to the power x is log x. This is an inverse function. Exponential and logarithm, they are inverse to each other. Here base is e, nothing is mentioned in d. So you can see y equal to x line, and you recall the graphs. We have already done y equal to what is the graph of e to the power x. This is the graph of e to the power x, and this is the graph of log x. When your base is greater than 1 and e, but it is obviously greater than 1. It was 1 0, it was 0. Now you can see this is only the image on the line y equal to x. I have already drawn separately these two one in the special types of graphs. You see, you again plot it, you will see these are the image on the line y equal to x1. And this graph you will find in your NCERT book cover page. This graph. So it was interesting. So in the line y equal to x, if you take image of one graph, you will get the graph of its inverse function. So remember this one, very useful. If you like the video, then press the like button and please give your valuable comments in the comment section.